Kenya and East Africa at large, thank you so much for choosing KTN News this evening. This is Youth Cafe live from Nairobi. My name is Zinzi Kibiku. Brian Aseli is on the ground in Nairobi West this evening because a certain play is currently taking place or has just concluded this Easter. I hope wherever you are that you and your family are safe and enjoying the Easter holiday. We have so much to discuss. We'll also be discussing issues of how to pitch your business to potential investors. But first of all, Brian Aseli. Aseli, it's so good to see you.
So good to see you too, Zinzi. Nakwambia hapa hii place imeshika kushika. I hope that you know that this is proof anything can happen right here on Youth Cafe. And I'm going to be talking to the director. It's a beautiful play, by the way. I've been watching it. Snippets of it are going to be running through your screen. But then I'm so lucky and I'm so happy. I hope you're having a good Easter. And I'm going to go straight and talk to the director, who's called Gibson Daiga. He's going to be talking to us about He's Not Here. So definitely, karibu sana.
Asante sana.
You having a good time?
I'm having an awesome time, yeah.
Were you nervous before the play started?
I was quite nervous. You know, it's a big production, a lot of moving parts. So there's a chance something might go wrong. So I had to make sure everything is going right.
Can you please give us the synopsis? We want to get a ride of, so many people want to get a ride of how the Easter musical feels and how it sounds.
Okay, so this is a show that's a little different from the others, yeah? We're trying to do a show, a musical, where we involve the audience and we take them through a journey where they are looking for a man. And as we go into the different scenes, we get to find out more about this man. And by the end of the show, we find out that he's not here. The man is Jesus, by the way. And yeah, so that's basically it. We find out his character, what he was about, those last moments before he was crucified, that journey he took. And yeah, that's just about it. Yeah. Yeah,
I've been told, or actually I know, that this play has been running since yesterday and it's going to end on Sunday. What's your plan all through? What's the response like?
The response has been amazing. And before I go on, I'd just like to thank the ICC Creative Arts Ministry and our senior pastor, Pastor Gibson Anduvate, Reverend Gibson Anduvate. So yes, we began running yesterday. We have this show now. We are going to have another show tomorrow at 6 p.m. And on Sunday, we're going to have two shows at 4 p.m. and at 6 p.m. Anybody who's planning to attend, I suggest come early because as you can see, we have a full house. So come early so that you can find space to sit down. The show is free. So you don't need to worry about that. And you're going to have a great time, yeah.
We definitely want to know how's the feel as a director. Like, do you get nervous that the show is going on right now? Beautiful costuming, by the way. Beautiful storyline. Is it an original storyline? Please tell us, give us details about the scripting and also the experience in directing as a director, yes.
Oh, okay. So the story, the script was actually sourced from abroad. Our producer, Robert Waikwa, sourced a script from a writer in the UK known as Les Ellison. And then we took it and we adapted it for ourselves. All the music that we have today is original music. About 6 songs have been written specifically for this musical. And then we have maybe 3 others that are original to ICC, but that we used for this show. Yeah. It's a great show. We're having a lot of fun. Yeah.
And definitely I'm seeing involvement of both the young and slightly older. And how is it working with young people? Because young people are busy, schedules in Nairobi, traffic in Nairobi, the rain, each and every distraction. How were you able to come up with this schedule that actually worked for everyone? Because it's a big cast.
Yeah. The logistics of this was quite difficult because we have a very large cast. We have a cast of about 20 people, both old and young. Yeah, so we had to start our rehearsals much earlier so that we can find specific days when people are available so that we can get them there and then we can start rehearsing with them. Yeah, the directing experience has been really nice. We're working with some actors who are veterans and some who've never been on stage before. So as a director, it's your job to find out how to communicate your ideas and know how to motivate certain actors in a certain way and other actors in another way. So it's a little balance, but with the support of the team that I had, it wasn't as difficult as it seems. Yeah.
What are some of the challenges that you went through as a director and as a production team? Because I'm aware that probably budget, probably outsourcing gifts and talents to be able to stage this production. Just talk to us about the whole experience and some of the challenges you go through as an individual and, of course, as a cast.
The challenges. Well, it's a big show and it cost a lot to put up. So I'd really like to thank our our senior pastor, Reverend Gibson Anduvate, because this was his dream to put up a show like this. So he decided to pay for it and not to charge any money for people to come and watch. So I thought that was a really good thing. Other challenges mostly were technical challenges, because we have many singers, we have many actors, and they all have to be mic'd. So the technical issues were where I can say we had a lot of challenges. Our costume lady did a good job. A lot of the moving parts, just making sure everything gels together. The lighting is beautiful, by the way. We have a lot of LED lights, moving heads and whatnot, and it's very well choreographed. So just making sure everything is on cue, on time, and it tells the story. Those are the challenges that we were dealing with during the show. But finally, we all came together, and I think we've put together quite a nice show. Yeah.
Actually, it's beautiful because I watched some snippets yesterday, and definitely I'm going to come for the Sunday show. But I'd like to know, like, as a young person, what's the aim of this production? Is it a culture here in that I'm seeing family members coming in, even little kids? What's the aim of such productions, and especially during this period in time?
Well, the aim is to get people engaged, get them to get out of the house, come and do something maybe a little different for Easter. Yeah, I'm sure we've been used to the same old thing, the same kind of play where you see Jesus on the cross and whatnot. So this time we decided, let's give you something different. Let's entertain you. But by the end of the show, we get you thinking, just look at the events from a different point of view. Yeah, that's kind of the aim of this one. Get people out, watch, enjoy themselves, have fun with the music, because we've worked really hard on making the music really nice. By the way, we have a live band. All the music you've heard, it's a live band. So we've worked really hard to make sure it's going to be such an enjoyable show. Let people have fun, but as they're having fun, also have a message permeate into their hearts. And yeah, I think it's much better than that way. It's something a little different, but it's good. Different is not always bad. Yeah.
How long have you been doing this? Because it's a good piece. It's a good way to spend time with family. It's free from vulgarity or awkward moments. How have you been able to just stay away from perversion, in as much as maybe it's a church production? I'm aware that maybe you already gotten the script from a different place, but then how is it free from perversion and, of course, retaining the same vision?
Yeah, look, the script, is king. So at least most of the words are written down, and it's very difficult to add something, that's out of place with the words that are already there. All we did is just Kenyanize it a little bit, but what I can say is that the script, as it was already pretty much what you see on stage, minus the music. So that part wasn't actually it wasn't difficult to do that. Yeah, the script is king. If you're out there and you get one of maybe if you write now something that goes a little that way, now that might be difficult to start editing it out and making it more PG. But the script as it was, pretty clean, basically what you see on stage today. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gibson, maybe talk to me about yourself, because people want to get to know Gibson Daiga, and they want to get details about you, like when you started this journey. I actually want to know what are some of the influences to you as an individual. Like, how did you pick up directing?
Well, I've been a fan of theatre since a long time ago. I got on stage for the first time right here on ICC, but then I went on to start doing shows at the Phoenix Theatre. Rest in peace, it went down the other day. But I did a lot of shows at the Phoenix Theatre, and I got opportunities to be on TV, on a few shows. And by learning, I was taught by a lot of people. There are a lot of influences I have. Up-and-coming writers like Martin Kigondu, is Gilbert Lucalia. I've been watching these guys on stage. And a lot of people that I met in the industry, I just kept watching them direct, watching what they do, and asking just little pointed questions just to find out more about directing and that kind of thing. So that's it. I've worked under Mugambi Ndhiga. They did a big musical TV show, and the whole time I just kept looking at them, asking little questions, learning, and those are the skills that have come and I've tried to apply here, and pass on what I've been taught on to these guys. Because I started here, I thought it's a good idea. Let me pass on the skills that I have to the new generation of guys who are interested in acting and that kind of thing. Yeah, so that's me. Yeah.
Apart from directing, what else do you do?
Well, I act. I've been on a few TV shows, but it's not the main thing I do. I also write a lot. I think I kind of like the background roles but I do a lot of media things. I work with the ICC Creative Arts Ministry, We produce videos, we produce short films, plays like this, and anything in the creative space, I'm involved with them. Yeah.
Yeah, so many young people want to be actors out there, and you're talking to a director. So how do you choose? What's the criteria of choosing your cast members? How do you do your casting? How do you do your... yeah, definitely people want to be a part of this. It's a big thing and people want to be a part of this. Unakutana na msee anakuambia mazee Joe mimi naweza act, and maybe they can't be able to do it. But then talk to us about the whole process and how you choose your cast members.
By the way, unaweza act. Wewe jiamini. Yeah, okay. For this, for example, we just held auditions and there was no restriction about age, gender, there was nothing. Just come as you are. And as we watch you in the audition, we try and see if there's something in you that we can use for a particular role. So like I said, there are people here who've never been on stage. And if you watch this show, you're not going to be able to tell who has never been on stage and who has. So it's just we call guys for auditions, we get them to, to sing, do a monologue, something like that. And then we watch very carefully and watch for your moldability, your natural talent, your instinct, how nervous you get on stage or not, and to see if we can grow you to a place where we can put you on stage alone and actually have a production that makes sense. Yeah, so that's more or less how we get to choose our actors. Yeah, I think to be an actor, all you just need to do is be willing, yeah? Be willing to listen to the director, be directable, because just trust that he knows what he's doing on this other side. Trust that he sees something, and when he tells you to do something, he knows what he's asking for. It's a very specific thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I want you to talk to me about, you guys are not doing this thing for the money.
Yeah.
But then how young people out there are like, mimi nikifanya hivi tu, mimi nataka kulipwa mazee, mimi nataka kupewa do. So how do you make sure that the young people in this cast come out satisfied?
Well, for this show, what we've decided is that what we're going to do is give the guys the skills that they need. We're not going to pay you, but if you have the skill, people are going to come to you for your skill, yeah? So we make it very clear from the beginning that this is a chat show. You're coming to do this as a service, using your talent as a service to touch so many lives. And we also teach you the skills that you're going to use out there in the commercial world. If you work hard at your talent, if you're consistent, and if you're good enough, I believe there are very few things that will stop you from actually making a living from your talent. But you'll need to put in a lot of hard work, be very consistent, and be very intentional about pursuing what you love.
Economically, what's the reflection of the Kenyan scene and how it looks right now? I can actually look that the production is actually ending right now, and it's like the last bit of it. But then just talk to us and tell us, is it an industry that people can actually be able to delve into, and it will actually bring about satisfaction economically and also as an individual?
I'm hopeful that this is an industry where people will be able to make a living out of it, yeah? I'm sure there are few people who actually make a very good living out of it, and there are some who are still trying. But what I've seen in the industry is there's been a lot of growth, a lot of companies putting up theater plays, theater shows, a lot of guys doing, moving into film, because it's the same skills. If you can act on stage, you can probably act on film. So there's a lot of TV shows out there. So I believe if you work hard, if you're talented, if you put in the work, just be consistent with what you do. I believe that it's very rare that you'll stay for a very, very long time without finding a job. But obviously, like I said, all this is contingent on you being very intentional and purposeful about your art and your gift. I'm hopeful is my main...
Definitely we have Lupita in Hollywood, and are you foreseeing a future whereby we're going to have some young people from such theater cast going all the way to the international level? And do you think the government is doing enough to make sure that our school system supports the arts?
Absolutely. The talent I have seen, like I was telling you, I've seen some people who've never been on stage, and I watch them now and I'm blown away. So when it comes to the talent, I know it's absolutely possible that some of the people who are up here now, or some of the people who are just coming up now, without a doubt, these are the same people who are going to be watching on Hollywood movies, Black Panther and all that kind of thing. No doubt about it. The government, I'm not really in a position to comment about that. What I've seen is that the inroads are being made, and I can see people trying to make things happen to lift up the arts industry. So I'm not very insightful on that front, but what I've seen has been quite positive so far, yeah.
Definitely. Are you looking forward to doing another production, or is this the last one for the year?
This year we might have one for Christmas. It might not be a big musical like this. Might. That's obviously contingent on the guys and the producer and whatnot. Yeah.
Okay, so last remarks. What's your advice to young budding talent, and what should they do to become better people?
I've said this many, many times before. Believe in yourself. If you think you can act, go seek out opportunities. We had our auditions for free. So if you hear such a thing, just come and show up. It takes courage to do that, but show up. Pursue your talent, work hard, be consistent. The show keeps running tomorrow at 6 p.m. and on Sunday we have a show at 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. right here at ICC Mombasa Road. Yes.
Thank you very much for creating time.
You're very welcome.
It's actually an honor. We're going to go directly to the next segment. And of course, mnajua, each and every single time you see me on your TV screens, you know that it's just about to happen. We're going to go directly to the person of the week. This time we're going to go to Uganda kidogo. We're going to be featuring Eddie Kenzo, who's just won an award, Nickelodeon Kids Awards. I'm looking good because I'm dressed by Joel Maluki, and that's how I sign out. We're going to go for a short break, but before that, just make sure to follow me at Brian_Seli. Follow us at Zinzi_K, and of course at KTN News. CCL. This week on Person of the Week, we start with an honorable mention. We celebrate Ghanaian-American designer Virgil Abloh, the founder of Hout streetwear label Off-White, and a longtime creative director for American rapper come fashion enthusiast Kanye West. Born in Illinois, Chicago, Abloh graduated from the University of Wisconsin-Madison with a degree in civil engineering and later pursued a master's in architecture in the Illinois Institute of Technology. But my, oh my, Abloh is a born designer. This week we celebrate Abloh, who was on Monday named the artistic director of menswear at Louis Vuitton, one of the oldest and most powerful European houses in the luxury business. Abloh becomes Louis Vuitton's first African-American artistic director and one of the few black designers at the top of a French heritage house. You may also need to know that he worked collaboratively with Nike to come up with a sleek line for the famous footwear label christened The 10. But on to our main man, a crisscross to the neighboring country of Uganda, where we have chance to celebrate an original, dedicated, sensational multi-award winning artist, real name Idris Musuzu, but commonly known as Eddie Kenzo, who rose to fame with the song Sitialos featuring the talented dance crew Ghetto Kids. This week we celebrate Eddie Kenzo, who was announced winner of the Favorite African Star category, a second international award in 1 week, following his win at the 2018 Nickelodeon Kids Awards, beating off inflexible competition from South Africa's rapper Casper Nyovest, athlete Caster Semenya, Nigerian singer-songwriter Davido, child comedian Emanuela, and to crown the list, Tanzanian pop star Boy from Tandale, Diamond Platnumz. The Ugandan superstar was the first winner of the BET International Viewers Award in 2015 and has won several others, including Afrima Awards, Nigeria Entertainment Awards, and the recent International Reggae and World Music Awards, where he was named Best African Entertainer. God is everything. I'm a champion. We not number one. I'm a champion. For his originality, agility, and God-given ability, we congratulate the best setter of African music, Eddie Kenzo, this boy from Masaka, Uganda. For Person of the Week, I am Brian Aseli. Very good. My God is so good. Yeah.